Hey, this is Isaiah from YourHead software. Today we're talking about the Stacks plugin and some of the cool things that we've added to version 5. This year we're really focused on workflow. And what that means is making things easier for novices and more powerful for experts. So let's dive in and see how we can make the library even easier and more powerful. So I'm going to open up RapidWeaver and switch to my big view. Now if you've used Stacks even just a little bit, you know how important the Stacks library is. The library is where we go to begin every layout that we build, and it's where we keep all of our third-party stacks. Third-party stacks really are the most important part of the Stacks platform today. All of this is why we've added so many new features to the Stacks library this year. It's so many that I won't be able to go through them all today in this video. But make sure to explore a little bit and you'll find a few more. There's some good preferences to make search even easier to use. And there's new icon sizes this year, like small compact and medium compact. And those let you see 2 or even 3 times as many icons on the screen at the same time, which is perfect for experts who kind of know what they're looking for. So this year, let's look at how we can organize our Stacks library, kind of to find what we're looking for. You may have noticed when I was scrolling there that I have quite a few stacks installed. It's really only 3 frameworks. I have Foundation, Foundation 6, and Foundry. Those are the 3 most popular frameworks today for Stacks. But even with just those 3 frameworks, it's hundreds of stacks, and that can be pretty daunting to go find what you're looking for. So you could use search if you knew exactly the name of the thing that you were looking for. Even if you have 2,000 stacks installed, search is still pretty much instantaneous. But one of the other ways to find what you're looking for is to use custom groups. And you can see I have 2 custom groups here, one for Elixir Graphics Foundry and the other for Joe Workman Foundation stacks. Now, setting up a custom group like this takes a little bit of work. There's dozens of stacks to add. But it's even more work to keep them up to date, because Joe and Adam from Elixir are updating their stacks all the time and adding new things to their frameworks. And every time they do, we need to make sure and get those changes into our custom groups. So we've added smart groups this year to take some of the busy work out of creating groups and to keep things dynamically up to date all the time. And a smart group works a little bit like smart folders in the Finder or a smart album in photo software. They use a saved search to keep things dynamically updating. So let's build a custom group, and then I'll show you how much easier it is to build the same sort of group with smart groups. So to create a custom group, we start by clicking the plus button, and we give our group a name. This group's going to be for buttons, so I'll call it buttons. And we need an icon, so something buttony like a square. I'll give it a color. And now it's just to the business of adding the button stacks. So we just drag them in. Here's a button stack, and here's another one. Here's a split button stack. I could do this all day. There's quite a few stacks in here, and I bet a lot of them are buttons. But there's a faster way. We can use search. If I search for a button, then quite a few things come up. And I just need to select all these things with a Command A and use a control click to say add to group buttons. Great. Now we have a custom group and it has all of our buttons in it. Now, of course, if Joe or Elixir added new stacks to their frameworks, we would have to make sure and catch those updates and get those into our custom group. But there's a better way with smart groups now in version 5. I'm going to click the plus button, and just like we did before, I'm going to give it a name. This time let's do columns, UNNS. And let's see, the university icon has some columns in it, so perfect. Let's click the Smart Search button here, and this time we'll do our search right inside the group, and it'll save that search permanently. So, column. If I search for columns with the S, then I lose out on one column stack, so I'll just keep it to column. And you notice the stacks that appear in my group dynamically update as I'm typing, so I know exactly what I'm going to get. That's pretty good. We can also, since we're going to use this custom group all the time, drag it right to where we want it to go. I'm going to put it right here next to the top. I could even make this the default group, but I kind of like keeping the old everything stacks group as the default. So we have our custom group here at the top, and we have exactly the stacks we want, except I noticed at the bottom here, I caught a couple stragglers too, some template stacks from Foundation 6. Now these are great, but I kind of wanted to keep things just to simple stacks. So let me show you how we can refine our search and get just what we want. So I'll go back to my options by double-clicking. And this time I'm going to expand the Smart Search. And that gives me lots more options so I can refine things. And in the included items, I can exclude templates, externals, and partials, because I don't want those things in my custom group. I'll also get rid of images, and I don't think there's going to be any authors named column, so I'm not even going to search through authors. But we could change to look just for titles or just for tags, if that helped us refine our search. But for columns, this seems to work just right. I'll drag this to about 2 columns, and that way it fits perfectly on the screen, which I think is just right for my smart groups. Great, so now we have columns, it's where we want it to be, and it will automatically pick up any new column stacks whenever they get installed. And that's a quick introduction to smart groups. I'd really like to hear back any feedback that you have about these new features that we've added to version 5. This year we've added a Discord group so that we can chat with folks. If you're not familiar with Discord, it's a new chat system and it's really popular. We've only had this system up for a couple weeks and we already have 250 people. So if you have some feedback, go to our website. There's a link at the bottom to the Discord group. Click on the link, sign into Discord, and let us know what you think in the chat. Or post to the internal forum. Discord has forum topics as well that let you post long-term questions. Either way, let us know what you think, and check out the other videos too. Thanks for watching.